Hi, welcome to day 15 of the Find Your Flow Raw Yoga Challenge. My name is Nzingah Oniwosan. I'm an experienced 500-hour yoga teacher, and I'm so glad you're here to join me. To get started, make sure you have a mat, blocks, and any other things that you know that you need to support you in your practice. This is our last week together, and I want to play a little bit with all of the things that we've explored. So we've explored cultivating balance, building heat in our body through Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. We've also played with building our upper body strength, so on and so forth. So this practice is going to be a medley of all of the things that we've done thus far. We will be picking up the pace a little bit more because our goal throughout the practice, in some practices I should say, is to move with one breath and one asana. And that's key a lot of times to our vinyasa flow, and then we hold certain poses. So with that being said, let's meet in our easy seat. Again, you can always bring a block underneath your seat and turn your gaze downwards and just take just take a few soft belly breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do it a few more times, in through the nose, side out. Bring your hands to your heart center and set an intention for today's class. Finding a word or phrase that aligns with your vision for self on and off the mat. Our collective intention for today is I am present. I am present. So you release your hands down to your thighs, fluttering your eyes open, and start to find your dancing tigers, exhaling as you go down and lifting as you go up for 3. For 2, maybe bring your shoulders in the mix. For 1, reverse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, round and curl. Bring your hands to your knees, straighten those arms. Exhale, pull the chest through, look up towards the ceiling. And go back and forth through your cat-cow. Just noticing where you are in your body as we move through this spinal flow. Inhale, back to center, sweep the arms up. Side bend to your right. You're just going to hold here, keeping the chest open. And then open up, twist out to your right. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold to the opposite side. Bringing the hand out, chin up, hold. Pressing away through the ground and finding a bend through the elbow to bring you closer so you can feel that stretch through the left side. And then twist out with the torso to the left. Exhale, thread the needle, threading and then lengthening on your exhale. On your end, exhale, you thread in and then you open up. 2 more. Last one. And then inhale back up. We're going straight into some core cultivation. Yeah. Bring your hands behind you. Walk those hips back a couple of times so you can find that sweet spot for your sits bones. Shift the weight back. Lift the heels up. Option 1. Option 1 really is hands to the side to support you. Option 2 is to bring the hands behind the thighs. Option 3, bring the hands out. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your cross-legged position. Come forward to a seated forward fold. And just lengthening through the arms, feeling that stretch through the backside body. And if you want to come a little bit closer to the ground, just bring your forearms closer to the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Walk the hands back. Find your second set of Navasana boat pose. Bring the thighs together. You can keep the hands here. Find all the variations that you found on that first set. Or you're going to bring those arms out. Hold it. We're going to go into a low boat, half boat series for 3, for 2. Now what you're going to do is roll it down, bring the torso closer to the ground without touching, extend those legs up, and then bring the knees back in. Now, if you're here with me, you're going to keep those hands out and then float it in and out. You got 3 more just like that. You can also grab the back of the legs and walk the hands down, giving you all the versions. You got 2 more. Yep. Inhale as you come out. Hands to the sides of the body. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, draw it in. And then maybe your hands are behind you. You're going to straighten those legs as much as you can. Hold it for 3. Chest up. 2, 1. Cross at your ankles. Forward fold. Second set. Hold and breathe. Now you're going to walk your hands over to the right. You can keep the arms extended. We've been here before. You can wrap the arms around the knee and drop the forehead towards the knee. Slowly extend the arms out if you have them folded. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. Next exhale, walk it over to your left. Keep those arms nice and extended. And then you can keep them there or wrap around and drop the forehead to knee. Holding for a few more breaths. Just noticing the differences between the 2 sides. Slowly release, extending the arms back out. If they aren't already, walk it to center. Shift your weight forward or untuck your legs and meet me in your tabletop. We're going to go into a floating tabletop here. So you're going to tuck those toes under. Bring your hands about shoulders distance apart. And then float those knees off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees back down. Untuck the toes, reach the right arm forward, and start to find your eye of the needle flow. So you're going to make some circles with those shoulders. Play with the possibility of shifting your hips back towards the heels as you bring the arm back, and then pushing the hips forward as you bring the arms forward. You're watching your hand on this one, and let's reverse it out. Again, as the arm reaches forward, the hips push forward. You got a few more just like that. 3, 2, and 1. Reach that right arm forward. Extend that left leg out. Bend the knee. Make a circle. Tap. Just reach for the foot. You don't have to grab it. We're going to go back and forth like that for 3, for 2, for 1. Now you're going to try to grab the foot, or if you have a strap or towel, this is a great place to bring it. Now, once you have the grip, kick and kick. Keep looking over that right shoulder as you kick and lift. On your next inhale, reach the arm and leg away from each other. Next exhale, press that right hand down. Left leg lifts. Left hand lifts. Find your kneeling half moon. We're flowing today, I told you. Left foot goes down. On your inhale, reach up. On your exhale, extend it down and find your kneeling gate pose. Inhale back to center. Tuck the toes under and reach back for either a block or your heel through that right side and find your wild Ustrasana. So we're in a half camel here. Keep pushing the hips forward, reaching the chest towards the ground. Touch the ceiling, I should say. You're not just dropping your weight into that right leg, you're actually lifting up. Slowly cartwheel the hands down. Extend the left leg back out. Squaring the hips with the mat. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen. On your next exhale, step that left foot forward. Sweep the arms up. Find your low crescent lunge. Heel toe that left foot a little bit more forward. Keep pushing through the hip flexors. Cactus the arms, find your back bend. Inhale, come back neutral. Exhale, find your back bend. Inhale, come back neutral. Exhale, lengthen. Here we go. Now squeeze the thighs together without squeezing the thighs together. This is just so you can find that stability that you need, because we're going to go right here. Tuck the toes under, lift the knee off the mat. Hinge forward. Yeah, you got this. All right, come back to your high crescent lunge. Drop that right heel down. Open up for your warrior two. Holding for three. Can you sit down a little bit deeper? I'm talking to myself here too. Holding for one more breath. Reach forward, forward, forward. Flip the palm and exalt your warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Shift the weight. Tuck the toe under. Shift the weight more forward. Maybe you got to heel toe that foot towards the front of the, towards closer to the mat, towards to the left leg, I should say. And find your supported warrior three. Yep, we're here back with those balances. So if you got your blocks to the front of the mat, you're going to bring your blocks here, square the hips, lift the leg up higher, press the hands to the heart of the center of the heart for an added challenge. Wherever you are, stand up nice and tall. Right foot meets the left. Samastitihi. All right, so we're now in our standing mountain pose. Take a moment to breathe and feel and notice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Find your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine to have your Adho Uttanasana, half forward fold. On your next exhale, press the hands down, walk the left leg back, walk the right leg back, tip forward, hold your plank. We're gonna hold this a little bit for three, pull those shoulder blades apart for two. Maybe you play with some scapular glides, so protract and retract those shoulders and then pull it away and hold it for one more breath. Drop the knees down or not. Find your Chaturanga Dandasana. Untuck the toes, lift up, find your upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Slowly drop the knees onto the mat, adjusting for your tabletop. Left arm reaches. Find your eye of the needle flow on the other side. Again, we're pushing the hips forward and back with the movement of the arm. Reverse it. Reach that left arm forward and extend that right leg back. And then start to bend the knee and reach back. Exhale as you reach, twisting through the torso and bring in a circle with the arm. That'll give you more space for that grip. We got two more just like that. On this last one, reach, reach, reach. You can just keep the knee bent. If you can find the foot and kick and look over that left shoulder. Slowly release. Left leg goes back. Left hand goes down. Extend that right leg out. Push away from the mat. Hold. Keep flexing the foot. On your next inhale, lift up. On your next exhale, find your kneeling gait. Inhale back to center. Tuck the left toes under. Sweep the left arm back. Reach the chest up towards the ceiling as you're pushing those hips forward. Again, you could find a block here, or you could just find a variation that feels best for you. So we're grabbing the thigh, the calf, or the heel. Inhale back to center. Cartwheel the hands down. Square the hips with the mat while keeping that right leg extended. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Step that right foot forward. Sweep the arms up. Find your low crescent lunge, Anjanasana. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lengthen back to a neutral spine. And it's going to be pumping here and through that back bend, getting a little deeper stretch through the hip flexors here. Keep reaching and lengthening. You got 2 more of these. Now find your Anjanasana. Tuck the toes under. Engage through your inner thighs. Lift that knee off the mat. And on your next exhale, hinge forward. Hold and breathe. On your next exhale, bring your hands to a block, to the ground. Shift the weight into the left leg. Find your warrior 3. Support it through the blocks, or you can float the hands and hold. Try to get those hips in one line as you're lifting the leg up. On your next inhale, stand nice and tall and find your mountain pose. Breathe. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, walk the hands back, or walk the hands down and walk the feet back. Find your vinyasa. So you're going to find your chaturanga dandasana, knees down or dot. Bend those elbows. Untuck the toes. Find your upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Just hold here for a moment. Ooh, I just discovered I missed a part. So we're going to step that left foot forward. Open up. Find your warrior 2. No cartwheel, the hands back down. There we go. Step that right foot forward. Drop the heel down. Open up to your warrior 2. There goes the part I missed. And that happens sometimes. But the worst thing is when I miss it in the class and then I'm driving, I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, so you're going to sit down in your warrior 2. Reach, 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 reach. Flip the palm. Exalt your warrior. Inhale, back to center. Cartwheel the hands down. And then shift back to your half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. I'm going to turn around. You can stay at the top of your mat for this. I don't know, wherever you're facing. You're going to bring your feet about mat distance apart. And then you're going to sweep the arms up. On your next exhale, sit down into your Malasana. So your heels are in as your toes flare out. And you're pressing your triceps into the inner thighs so that you can lengthen up. So a lot of times we end up in this rounded position, but what we want to try to do is push and lengthen, push and lengthen. Now, option 1, you can stay right here. This might feel a bit much. If your heels are still lifted, consider widening your step and maybe not going as far low as we are today, just to give your hips some time to just open up for this Garland pose. Now, what you're going to do now is you're going to bring that left hand down to the floor or maybe even a block and then twist open to your right. On your next inhale, bring your hands down to center and then shift the weight, shift the right hand down and twist to your left. Come back to center, stand up nice and tall. Remember, we're still at the top of the mat. I'm transitioning top to top of the mat. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, press the hands into the ground. Find your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Untuck, upward facing. Tuck, downward facing. Drop down onto your knees. Shift your weight into your heels. Sweep the arms up. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center. Lift those hips away from the heels. Bring the hands behind your back. Push the hips forward. Drop the head back. Supported Ustrasana. Push the hips forward. Drop the head back. Holding for a few more breaths on this first set. And then slowly lengthen back up, looking forward. Drop the hips to the heels and sit down. Stacking your hand on top of the other and breathe. Second set of Ustrasana. Support here as you try to reach floor more lower and deeper into that back bend is to bring your blocks to the sides of your feet. Sweep the arms up. First, you're going to start with the hands up, then bring the hands behind your on your low back so the smaller fingers are reaching towards each other. All right. So you push the hips forward, you drop the head back. You push the hips forward, you drop the head back. You push the hips forward, you drop the head back. Then you can reach for your block. Maybe you tuck the toes under and you reach for your heels. I'm just gonna drop this down so hopefully you can see. You keep pushing the hips forward. Now, you're not dropping your weight into the heels. It's almost like a sling effect. So you're pushing the hips forward. Maybe you untuck the toes here. Again, keyword is maybe. Keep pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest up towards the heart. This can be overwhelming, so breathe. Slowly bring the hands to the low back. Lengthen through the spine. Find your child's pose. Knees together. Push forward, swing those legs out in front of you. Roll down to find your final Savasana. Take a moment to connect to your intention, bringing your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. I'll see you on day 16. Have a great day.